And we've got breaking news coming in now. We just broke to you that a 35-minute conversation had happened between Prime Minister Modi and President Zelenskyy of Ukraine. Well, President Zelenskyy has just tweeted after his conversation with Prime Minister Modi. He's tweeted that he informed Prime Minister Narendra Modi about countering Russian aggression, appreciates the assistance to its citizens during the war and commitment to direct peaceful dialogue at the highest level. President Zelenskyy has also said grateful for the support to the Ukrainian people. So both leaders speaking for 35 minutes. That's a long conversation between the two world leaders, and we'll get you details of what President Zelenskyy and Prime Minister Modi spoke about. But President Zelenskyy thanking Prime Minister Modi for his support to the Ukrainian people, also talking about commitment to dialogue at the highest level, also briefing Prime Minister Modi about the Ukrainian counter-offensive and the defense of his country in the face of Russian aggression. Remember that both Russia and Ukraine are close friends of India. India shares a special relationship with Russia that dates back many, many years, to the Soviet Union, when Ukraine was part of that Soviet Union. This relationship goes back, a huge number of decades. And so there is a diplomatic tightrope that India is walking. But as the country that is under siege, that has been invaded by Russia, India playing an equal part in trying to ensure that hostilities come to an end as quickly as possible. Volodymyr Saha breaking the story here on India Today. Very, very crucial conversation, 35-minute conversation, Volodymyr, that's happened between President Zelenskyy and Prime Minister Modi. President Zelenskyy briefing the Prime Minister of India about the counter-offensive that's happening in Ukraine. A great deal of concern, obviously, for Indians still there, but also the larger diplomatic aspect. India is, having to walk a bit of a tightrope between Ukraine and Russia at this point of time. What more can you tell us? Do we know more about that conversation, Volodymyr?
Well, Shiv, as you just informed our viewers, it was a very long conversation. It lasted for 35 minutes between Prime Minister Modi and President Zelenskyy over the phone. And they, of course, while Prime Minister obviously appreciated and thanked President Zelenskyy for the help extended by the government of Ukraine in the evacuation of Indian nationals from Ukraine so far, he obviously sought further cooperation and continued support from Ukraine in the ongoing efforts of those Indian nationals that remain in Ukraine at the moment, specifically in areas like Kharkiv and Sumy. So a great deal of importance which is being accorded to this conversation. We do know, and we've been informing our viewers, that Prime Minister Modi will be speaking with President Vladimir Putin as well a little later this afternoon, because our main concern and area of concern continues to be, and area of priority continues to be, the safe evacuation of all Indian nationals from Ukraine, specifically those 700 Indian nationals that continue to be in the Sumy State University. And that is going to be our priority, and that is exactly what we're going to stress upon, because earlier as well, ceasefires have been announced. We do know a couple of days ago, ceasefire was announced in Mariupol and in Volnovakha, but unfortunately, it didn't result in the evacuation of as many civilians as we possibly hoped for. And hence, the announcement of ceasefire in areas like Kharkiv and Sumy, where maximum Indian nationals continue to be, stuck in. We're putting a lot of emphasis and a lot of hope on that, and we hope that ceasefire promise will be kept and respected by both sides.
Volodymyr, thanks very much for that. 35 minutes, long conversation between both those leaders. We'll have more details about what they may have shared with each other. Obviously, it's classified, it's confidential, but the big focus on getting Indians out and trying to calm the tensions down. India, remember, is not just any old country waiting there to pull out its students. It's also a country that has a great deal of influence in the region, has good relations with both the leaders who are at war at this point of time, and is being looked upon by the world to play a part in trying to bring this entire conflict, to some kind of resolution as quickly as possible. So we'll be detailing for you the part that India is playing diplomatically and at the government leadership level to bring this crisis to a close. Hopefully in the foreseeable future. We are on day 12. Russia has declared a ceasefire in 4 cities of Ukraine. That's the big update today. In Kiev, the capital, Mariupol, Kharkiv, which is the second largest city, as well as Sumy, which are both close to the Russian border. After intensifying attacks across all of these cities and more, particularly in Kharkiv,